Here are some high street stores in the UK that sadly do not exist. Number 1. Wilko. Founded in 1930, the brand has been a pillar of high street shopping culture for decades in the UK. But in October of 2023, thousands of Wilko workers were made redundant when the retailer collapsed after being hit hard by inflationary pressures, competition from rivals and supply chain challenges. Administrators sold the brand to the Range for £5 million, but the website is now back online, and some standalone Wilko stores have been since reinstated. Sites have been recently opened in St Albans and Rotherham. Following the relaunch of Wilko.com and the announcement of Wilko products up to be sold in the Range's 200 stores, what quickly became clear is that Wilko still has a continued role to play in people's everyday lives. Let me bring the camera a little closer. Next one, Topshop. Topshop is a British fast fashion company which specialises in women's clothing, shoes and accessories. The former high street staple was a part of the Arcadia Group, controlled by Sir Philip Green, but went into administration in late 2020 before being purchased by ASOS on February 1st of 2021. The history of the brand dates back to 1964, when it was founded as Peter Robinson's Topshop. Its flagship London store at 214 Oxford Street was a retail sensation when it opened in 1994. And to the many thousands of young women who flocked there was more than a location for the sales of clothes. Next one. Laura Ashley. Laura Ashley was almost everywhere back in the day, with its vintage style homeware and fashion popular among Britons. But the long-standing retailer collapsed in 2020, right on the onset of the pandemic. The stylish brand shut its 150 stores almost immediately, following a long struggle before its administration. It started with the loss of 40 stores in 2018, and a costly expansion into tea rooms and hotel rooms, which further added to its financial woes. Next, Toys R Us. The popular toy store announced it would be closing its stores in 2018. It entered administration in February, but struggled to secure a buy, which resulted in the closure of all UK branches in April. The American toy and clothing company was founded in 1948, with its first store built in April 1948. However, Toys R Us didn't land on British high streets until 1985. As a long-standing retail figure, there was an outpouring of sadness when Geoffrey the Giraffe, the company's mascot, left Toys R Us for the last time. He had been at the forefront of the brand for half a century, and was photographed donning sunglasses and a Hawaiian shirt as he set off into retirement. But thankfully, W.H. Smith is now bringing Toys R Us back. Yay! Next one, Comet. Comet was the first point of call for a vacuum or toaster, founded in 1933 by George Hollingbury. The business started as a brand that charging batteries for customers every week, but quickly evolved into an electrical appliance retailer. Though the concept was once pioneering, out-of-town industrial estates began to steal trade from the traditional high street. Ultimately, online shopping superseded the trend of Comet, causing the electrical chain to collapse in December of 2012 into administration. The next one is, where is it? Barratt's. In 2009, it announced that 200 stores, 200 Barratt's and Priceless stores would close, with 2,500 jobs lost as a result. The boot specialist Barratt's entered administration for the third time in 5 years on November 11th of 2013. after an impressive 110 years on trade. Despite its popularity among high street shoppers, the British brand failed to move within the times and was brand too fickle for the changing landscape of shopping that first challenged retailers in the mid-2000s. Next one, Debenhams. Debenhams fell into victim during the pandemic quickly and was forced into administration in April of 2019. The retailer, which was first established in 1778, then fell into administration for the second time in April of 2020. The collapse of the business was partly linked to the administration of Arcadia Group, the biggest operator of concessions in Debenhams stores. It wasn't until May 15th of 2021 that all remaining Debenhams shops shut down for good, following several waves of store closures in the months prior. While the retailer no longer exists on British high streets, it does sell stock online. Fashion giant Boohoo purchased the brand in January of 2021 as part of a £55 million deal that only included the retailer's name and website. Next one, Blockbuster. Blockbuster once had more than 9,000 stores around the world, but now ceases to exist in the UK. The iconic entertainment retailer was known for its huge range of DVDs and video games available to rent, plus its offering of cinema-style snacks. The iconic shop closed its doors in January of 2014, though 12 independent shops remain open in the US. Massive changes in technology, most recently streaming, left the high street staple defunct, but it remains a core memory of many people's childhood. Next one, BHS. British Home Stores went bust in 2016 and resulted in a crippling 11,000 job losses. Those affected also endured a shocking wait to confirm what would happen to their pensions after being made redundant. The nostalgic retailer started as an affordable general store in Brixton, south of London, in 1928, and became one of the stalwarts of the British High Street. Its widespread store closures followed an 88-year presence on the High Street, during which BHS was purchased by Topshop boss Sir Philip Green in 2000. While best known for its affordable offering of homeware and clothing, BHS was famously sold for just £1 to Dominic Chappell in March of 2015. This is the final one. Woolworths. The unforgettable retailer was established in the UK back in 1909 and was forced to close its stores on home soil after 100 years of trade. Woolworths lost its 807 branches when it entered administration during the Great Recession. Recognised for its bold red logo, bargain stock and pick and mix sweet kiosks, the brand has long been regarded as a nostalgic feature of the Great British High Street. However, Woolworths Europe remains a specialist shop-only brand in Germany, Austria and Poland, and is one of few franchises that does not sell stock online. Since there's no bedtime lesson tonight, there's another top 10.